Hello, hi, and very good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing good by experiencing the winter chill with a hot coffee in your hand. Mornings are fresh, beautiful, awesome, wonderful, delightful, hopeful, energetic. Waiting for further words of description from your end. Heard of such lines before? Why not? Even if we do not want to, at some place or the other, our ears would come across such words. By this time, you would have got whom I am referring to. Yes, it's about the radio jockeys. Although we are on similar lines here, wherein we are in an advanced version called podcast, so let's take a look at the actual radio shows run by the very famous RJs. Namaskar listeners, this episode is all about the profession of radio jockeys, that is called in India, or radio personality as per American English. But before we proceed with the episode details, let me acknowledge some of the earlier comments. One of my colleagues, Praveen, says, for the 18th episode, Blessing in Disguise, extremely excellent, voice is good, great and emotional content, idea was good, background score is soothing, overall great Gardi, all the best. Thank you so much Praveen Garu for the words of encouragement. Another colleague, Humera, says, wow, collected all the compliments and presented in video, super. Thank you Humera. One more colleague, Anand, says, a round of applause. Thank you, Anand. Another colleague, Ramesh, says, I'm following you on YouTube, heard your podcast, they are good. Thank you, Ramesh. One more friend, Arpita, says, Aap to cha rahe ho, congrats. Thank you, Arpita. Another friend, Mahesh, says, super darling. Thank you, Mahesh. Alright, coming back to the episode. Radio jockey is someone who has an on-air position in radio broadcasting. An RJ hosts a radio show. It can be about anything, starting from the talk about music only from the host. A talk show that may take calls from listeners. Show that includes interviews with celebrities or guests. Or something that gives news, weather, sports or traffic information. An RJ can go live or use voice tracking techniques wherein the voice of the host is already recorded and provides an illusion that the program is going live, but actually not. These days, RJs are expected to publicize their programs through social media to generate revenue and also to connect with their listeners. The music radio broadcasting is done by broadcast automation, a computer-controlled playlist that contains music, commercials, and a radio announcer's pre-recorded comments. For instance, it can be like the song, everybody now, join me in this song, clap your hands and check on your waist and move on your feet along. Then we have the host coming in between saying like, a super hit song sung by Micah, Singh, music by Pritham from the super hit Priyadarshan movie De Dhanadhan. It seems that the song and comments are provided on the air, but it can be the broadcast automation. In the past, DJ, disc jockey, is the exclusive term used for representing radio personalities. However, now we are using it popularly for someone who plays music in the clubs. Although the trend started with RJs who used to present news or host talk shows, slowly developed as telephone call-in shows, interviews and public affairs. Now there are even radio stations specific to sports. Coming to the types, we have 4 types of radio personalities like the AM/FM radio who play music, talk or both. Then the talk radio who discuss about social and political issues. Third one, sports talk radio who are often former athletes, sports writers or television anchors and discuss sports news. The last one, satellite radio, who are not subject to government broadcast regulations and are allowed to play explicit music. Now, looking at the most important aspect, guess what? Yes, the earnings. Like any other industry, the salary of an RJ depends on the years of experience and education. Also, the salary of a local radio personality is less when compared to that of a national radio personality based on the popularity that one has in the field. However, the average salary is around 20 to 25k. Also, it can be 5 to 6k per show. Now, you may ask me, what it takes for you to become an RJ? To become an RJ, the first check is creativity. You need to create fresh content every day. The selection process for an RJ involves voice tests, right for radio, advertisements, knowledge, pronunciations, language skills, and so on. The best way to enter this profession is through internship. These days, broadcasting channels are hiring interns where they train them, sharpen their skills, and provide radio studio. During the internship, you are supposed to work across RJing, copywriting, producing shows, sound engineering, outdoor broadcasting, selecting news for radio, and few more jobs. It is completely based on terms and conditions of a company if they hire fresher or a pro, paid or unpaid internships, or few conduct radio hunts in which candidates are hired through on-stage rounds. Let's take a look at the advantages. There are many. The first one gains more self-confidence. Second, the creativity, intellect, and communication skills improve beyond imagination. Third, the salary is not fixed. It is flexible depending on one's performance and skills. Fourth, the work-life balance is amazing. Fifth, you get to socialize on the job. Sixth, there is no forced professionalism like a 9-hour job. Seventh, you also receive fame and popularity as an added benefit. How about the growth? Talking about it, you get famous being a radio jockey if you have your own style and rhythm. People listen to you and love your shows. You have your fans and people want to see you. You can also be a programming head of the company who manages all the radio stations and helps radio jockeys check for their content, but they aren't into glamour thing. After this post, you can climb to regional programming head and later national programming head. But like every other job, even this has its own set of challenges. The main thing is fresh content on a daily basis, in which it becomes tough once after you reach a certain point. Another disadvantage is that you can't travel more. As for RJs, the studio is their home. Internships are mostly unpaid, and therefore the starting point of this career is challenging. The starting salary is also low, which makes it hard to make a comfortable living out of it. All in all, the point to drive home here is RJ is not a profession but an art. It is for someone who is creative, humorous, and can provide infotainment, that is information plus entertainment. Able to correlate these qualities with someone you know or correlate to yourself? Then why wait? Just give it a try. You can start with your own podcast channel just like me if you want to. Wish you all the best. That's it for today, guys. We'll be back with another amazing episode next week. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe.